Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about how I came out to my mother because I'm pretty sure a lot of you are curious to know. Um, so it's just a little difficult just because it's getting kind of like dark outside and I don't have like a professional camera. So I'm using my phone at the moment, and by the camera, it's a little cracked because I dropped my phone the other day. So I'm just gonna try my best to make this work. So there's going to be no edit in this video because my computer isn't working at the moment. And I don't know, it's just so much going on right now. And I just hope all of you guys are staying safe in your house and, drinking a lot of fluids and eating healthy. So let's get started. Okay, so how I came out to my mom. Well, first of all, I grew up in a house where my mom didn't let me go out at all. And I didn't really have a lot of friends at school. So I've always been like, I don't know, I don't like having a lot of friends. At the same time, I like having a lot of friends, and at the same time, I don't, just because I don't know. I have no idea why. But anyways, so growing up, it was really hard for me. My mom was a single mom, and it was five of us. When I came out to my mom, I believe I was like 16 or 17. I don't remember, but it was those two. And I didn't know that there was something called trans woman or transgender. I really didn't know about that. I was like so innocent, and yes, I don't know. I was just going through stuff. So I know a lot of, well, I used to know a lot of trans women that told, when they came out to their parents, they told the same story as I did. So we could kind of like relate to this. And it was, I met my first partner, and I don't even know how we met. We were just chatting or whatever, and we decided to meet up. The only problem was that he was from another state, and I'm from New York City, so it was weird. I don't even know why I'm talking about this, but this is how I came out to my mom. I don't really like talking about it because I don't like remembering that past. So, my sister, Elizabeth, she helped me out a lot. So she was actually the first one to know about my gender. She was the first one I told anything. Like, like she knew like all my first crushes. She knew like, I never dated when I was younger, so I would just have like a little crush here and there, but nothing serious. Like, it wasn't really like dating. I don't know. I just admire people that dated at a younger age because I didn't. I was just so scared of. I don't think I was really scared of what my mom would say. I think I was more scared about me accepting the fact that I was different, because I always knew I was different since I was like 4 or 5, and I started like kindergarten. I always knew I was different because I was never attracted to girls, and I was always attracted to like boys. So it was hard for me to communicate with them just because like my mentality was different. And they were always like play fighting and just being rough and tough and stuff like that. And I was just like, that's not me. That I don't like playing like that. You know, I always used to like playing dolls and my doll house or whatever. So, yeah. Now that I remember, I was 17 going to 18. Yes, I think that's how it was. I told my sister, listen, I've been talking to this one person for the past couple of months, and we were chatting back in those times when, you know, you just had to ask for your age, sex, location, you know, and all that, right? When you had to describe yourself. So, because like those phones didn't have the option to upload a picture. So I told my sister like I've been like talking to him and he's been talking to me, and we decided to meet up, but he's not from New York City. So he's going to come and he wants to talk to my mom. And I was like, and I don't know how to tell my mom because he doesn't want to stay at a motel. I mean, he was only going to come for a weekend, but I mean, he didn't want it to stay at a motel. So I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Like, I kind of want to meet him in person, but I don't know if it's convenient for me or how my mom is going to take it, because my mom has always been very strict. And she tells me, okay, like I have a plan, you know, I'm just going to tell her straight up and see what she says. And I'm just there. I remember we were like in our fire escape. Like if you're from New York City and you live in a public building, you'll have your little fire escape. So that's where we were chilling, and that was like our chilling spot, to be honest. And I'm like, no, just don't do it. Don't tell her. I remember it was on I think it was like on a Thursday or Friday when she told my mom. Because, or it was maybe somewhere between Tuesday or Wednesday. The thing is that he was already on his way. Like, he was going to come the next day. So I'm pretty sure it was like on a Thursday, Friday. I don't really remember because I'm trying not to remember about that. But, yes, my sister went inside. Like, you know, you have, like, if you have your fire escape, you gotta go in and out the window. So, yeah, my sister goes inside. My mom was getting ready to work, and I guess she was, like, in a really good, positive vibe. So my sister feel like this is the moment. Like, I have to tell her right now. And I'm just there, like, panicking. I feel like this is, you know, I think my panic attacks and anxiety came, like, way before preschool. I don't know. So I'm just like, no, don't tell her nothing. Just don't, because I'm scared. I don't know if I want to do this or not. So she just went inside and she didn't really care about my opinion. She was like, she needs to know already. Like, it's time for her to know. And then she goes up to my mom and she was like, Mom, like, there's something I have to tell you. So, you know, back then my name wasn't Diana. And she was like, I'm not even going to say my name on here. Because I just like deleted everything from my past just because I feel like that wasn't who I was meant to be. And it was just like horrible. Like, that past was horrible. I'm trying not to think about it or whatever. So she just goes, I'm just gonna change my name to, I don't know, I'm just gonna say my name, Diana. But that wasn't the name she used. So she was like, oh, Mom, I have to tell you something about Diana. And my mom was like, what? And I feel like my mom already knew I was gonna tell her, or someone was gonna tell her, because apparently someone in my building, not one person, I feel like it was a lot of people in my building where I used to live with my mom. I feel like they all snitched me out. Because, you know, I was always hanging out with the girls and we were always brushing our hairs and adding our little lip gloss. Well, I didn't used to use lip gloss back then, but it was like chapstick. So, I don't know, I feel like they just threw me under the bus or whatever way long time ago. Which we'll talk about that like some other time, because that childhood was really bad. So she went to my mom and she told her, and my mom was having like a little beer, and she was just like, what do you have to say? And my sister was like, oh, Diana doesn't like girls, she likes boys. And then I'm just there hiding in my fire escape. I was like, I don't know, this is it, this is the end, I'm about to jump out the fire escape or whatever. Like, and I don't mean it like I was gonna do it like a suicidal attempt. It was just more like a metaphor, I guess. So I'm just like, oh my god, this is it. Like, why? Like, oh my god, like, why did she tell my mom? So at the same time, I was just like, I felt it like so relieved, and I don't know, I felt it like I don't know, like so much weight came out my shoulders, and at the same time I was panicking, like my heart was beating fast. I wanted to cry, and then my mom was like, yeah, I know that she doesn't like girls. And then my sister goes like, oh yeah, she's been talking to someone and he wants to meet you because he wants to date Diana. And then my mom was like, wait, what? And my sister was like, yeah, like she met someone and he's from some other state. I don't even want to mention the state because I don't want to like talk about him. Like that experience was really bad, and we'll talk about it in another video. But yeah, my sister was like, he's from another state and he wants to come and meet you and talk to you, and you know, he's like 2 years older than Diana, but I think it's serious or whatever. And my mom was like, where is she? And she's like, oh, she's in the fire escape, she's scared. And then my sister just pops her head out the window and she's like, oh, my mom wants to talk to you, I already told her. And I'm like, no shit, Sherlock, I already heard you. So I go inside and I'm like so innocent, like an innocent bystander, and I'm just like, yes. And my mom is like, why you didn't tell me before? And I'm like, told you what? And she's like, that you've been talking to someone. And I'm like, because you have like a strong attitude. So she was like, no, you have to tell me. And then she starts giving me a lecture on how not to talk to strangers and how I need to be careful because they could kill me and murder me and all these other stuff my mom told me. So she was like, I already knew a long time ago that, you know, that you were born different than your brother. So like, I already know. You know, she said that my dad also knew, and that they would argue about it sometimes because my dad, it's like really homophobic and transphobic. So I'm not saying that I'm the reason why they split up, because they split up just because my dad was really he was just too much. Like, and that's another story I'll talk about. You guys need to remind me because sometimes I forget due to my migraines. If you guys saw my previous video, I speak about my migraines. So anyways, she was like, well, I need to go to work, and we're gonna talk tomorrow about it. And I'm just like, okay. And she was like, so tomorrow we'll talk about it, and you know, and you need to tell me about this person. So yes, next day comes and I tell her everything, how we met, and we've been talking for like a few months now, and he wants to come just like for 2 days just because he wants to meet me or whatever. And then yeah. Um if my mom would have told me that she knew a long time ago that I didn't like girls, I think it would have made my life so much easier just because I grew up being so scared. Not only being scared of my mom, but being scared of who I was. And I will always like imagine I'm like 8 years old crying myself to sleep, wondering what did I do wrong, and asking God like, why do you send me this way? That's it. Was like my childhood was so traumatic, and I feel this is the reason why I have so much trauma in myself, because at a young age I was like thinking so mature, like I shouldn't be thinking about stuff like that. I should be playing with toys and stuff. And I would like blame myself for not being a perfect child. But anyways, I'm glad my mom was accepting. And at first we told her that well, my sister told her that I was, because we didn't know the word trans or any word related to trans women, so we just say, oh, Diana is gay and she likes boys. So yes, long story short, my mom accepted me. My family already accepted me, like my brothers and sisters, and I didn't grow up with my dad or his family side or my cousins and stuff like that. So I mean, who cares about their opinion? So well, I lived with this person for almost 2 years, I believe, and then I came back to New York City. And yes, I just figured like this is not who I am. I don't want to be this person because it's not me. Like being a guy, it's not my thing. It was never my thing since I was little. So I decided to, I remember I dressed up for a Halloween as a scary witch, but it wasn't even a scary witch. It was more like a scary bitch, like with a purple wig and like a little dress and some high heels. And then I just did my makeup so weird. It was just, I didn't knew nothing about makeup. So that was my first time dressing up. And then I felt it like so confident and so comfortable and so happy. So it just became like a routine. Like every Halloween, I was like 17, then, 18, 19, 20, 21, well, no, I was 19 going to 20 when I decided to, think about my gender. And I was like, I don't think I'm a gay person. I'm like, I feel like I'm something more than that. So I was already like 19 or whatever. I started clubbing, I started meeting drag queens, and then I met trans women. And it was just like so nice because I was like, it was my first time going to a gay club in this other state. And I just fell in love with like all the drag queens and all the trans women. And I was like, this is where I belong. Not in the club scene, but like in the trans community. I was like, this is where I belong. This is me. Like, this is who I am. So, I met a few girls because this guy knew a lot of people, because he was like openly out there. He was like openly gay, and he used to discriminate against drag queens and trans women, but mind you, he still used to talk to them. Two-Face. So I met a few drags over there, and we started talking, and then I met some trans women, and they were like, listen girl, like you should do you, like take advantage now that you're younger and start drinking your hormones, because you don't want to be 35 years old and then start your process, because it's a little difficult when you start older. just because, you're already more um, developed, I guess. I guess that's the word. So then when I came back to New York City, I just figure, okay, I mean, there should be some clubs around here that knows trans women or drag queens, because I was born and raised in New York City, and I didn't even knew there were like GBLTQ clubs out there. So I just went out to this one club. I was chatting. I was like on this chat thing back when Boost Mobile had their AirG app. And I met this one person, and she was like, oh, I'm from the Bronx or whatever. And I'm like, oh my God, me too. And then she's like, what part of the Bronx? I'm like, I'm from XY. And she was like, are you freaking serious? I'm from there too. And I was like, what street? And she was like, oh, I'm from this street. And I'm like, hell fucking no. Like, are you serious? And she was like, yes. And I'm like, I'm 1 block away from you. So she was like, listen, I always felt it like a woman or whatever. And then I'm like, girl, me too. This was when I came back to New York City, and I had broken up my relationship, which, by the way, ended in bad terms. So, I was like, so let's meet up and, go for a drink or whatever. Like, this was like before my transition. So she was like, oh, okay. So we met up. It's funny because I knew her and she knew me, but like we didn't knew each other personally. We just like knew each other face to face because we used to live in the same neighborhood. And I'm like, oh my God, it's you. And she was like, yes. She was like, I mean, everyone knows you. And I'm like, what you mean everyone knows me? She was like, yes, everyone says that you're like openly gay or whatever. And I'm like, oh, if that's what they say. But I mean, I don't know. A lot of people judge me for so many things I had never even done. There's so many things everyone talks about me in my neighborhood, things I have never even done and I would never do. But I guess that's just them hating or something. But anyways, yes, it was gonna be Halloween, I remember, and I was like, you know what, let's dress up as witches or whatever for Halloween. Like, it's Halloween after all. So I was like, my mom knows about me, my sisters and brother, they know about me, they don't care, they support me, they love me. So I was like, we're having a little party, so let's dress up. You could come to my house if you want. I have makeup. It was that dollar makeup, damn dollar makeup, girl, they used to hook me up. I'm not even gonna talk bad about it because that's how I started. I started using the dollar eyeshadows and lipsticks. Sometimes I still do. I don't care. But anyway, she went to my house. She met my family, and it's a good thing when your mom is not out there gossiping about other people, because my mom didn't even knew her. So that was nice. I'm trying to make this video short, but yeah, long. It's so many memories. But yeah, we started like dressing up. And then she was like, I have another party. This was like on a Friday. She was like, I have a party tomorrow, which was Saturday. She was like, maybe we could like dress up and go to the party. It's like a drag party. So I'm like, oh my God, yes, let's go. Oh my God. That first experience was horrible. It was so bad, but it was so funny, and I met like so many nice people. Yeah, and then I met, this was like around 2010 when I met my second boyfriend. So and we've been together for so long. He saw like my transition and everything, so it was really nice. And we're still together, if some of you are wondering. So I don't know, it was just so nice. But I'm trying to make this video short just because I can edit. But there's so much I have to talk about. But yes, I told my mom, listen, I'm gonna start my transition. And she was like, are you 100% sure that's what you want? And I'm like, yes, I'm 100% sure this is who I am. And you know, she really didn't mind. She was actually telling me to be careful. My mom was always like so overprotective from my sisters, and then she became like very overprotective for me because she was like she didn't want no one to hurt me or anything. And then we just became like best friends. Like we became, my mom and I have like a best friend relationship. Like every time she calls me or I call her, like I don't be telling her mom. It's just like I'm talking to my best friend and she tells me her stuff, and then I just give her advice. We used to go out to drink and dance and party. So she used to buy my, like if she used to go out shopping and she would see like a nice cute blouse or bras or underwears or anything, she would buy for me, and then she would be like, oh my god, this is what I got you. Or she would get me like earrings or the dollar makeup. You know, my mom was always supportive. It was difficult for her at first, I'm not gonna lie, it was very difficult for her, but then I guess she understood that I will always be her daughter no matter what, and it's better for her to be understanding and supportive than to kick me out. Because I met like growing up and me going out clubbing, I met like so many trans women that would cry because their family like kicked them out when they were like 13 or so. So I'm just happy that she was accepting. She became my best friend, and I'm very close to my mom, so I always call her like every day. Especially now that we're in this quarantine, I will always call her and tell her how she's doing, to take care of herself. And you know, she will call me too. We gossip a lot. She tells me the tea in her building, I tell her the tea in my building. So yes, but that's how I came out. Thanks to my sister also, Isabel, for helping me come out. And my sister is just like more, I don't know, she just loves taking risk, and I'm more like, I'm like so scared. I guess she's the type of person that if she has to jump off the bridge, she'll do it. And I'm more like scared and concerned, you know. I don't know, but she just, you know, I'm glad for her for like pushing me to be myself. And not only her, but like my second relationship helped me a lot, because I was always doubting about myself. And then he was just like, you know what, you should just go for it. If that's what you want and that's how you want to be, like go for it, like don't wait any longer. So he like pushed me also to start my transition. I started my transition around 2011. Yeah, like 2011. I think it was like mid 2011 or 2012 when I started my transition, because I remember I was in beauty school. So I was just like letting my hair grow, doing my eyebrows. I used to do like a little foundation or whatever, trying to still be a little, you know, not out there. And then I started my hormones and boom. This is who I am. And this is my story. But anyways, I hope you guys like it. I know it's like almost 30 minutes long. I can edit. I don't have a computer that works right now, so this is what you guys get. I feel like this is more like better because it's like raw material and footage. Like you guys see, I'm not editing. I'm not gonna edit. I'm not gonna fix anything. This is what you guys get, and I hope you guys enjoy. And I'll try to upload another video talking about how me and this friend of mine, well, we're not friends anymore, just because she decided to take another path. But I mean, I still remember her and I still miss her, and I always send her positive vibes. But yes, this is my coming out story. I think I may be missing some parts, but maybe I'll do another video in the future. Enjoy.